Reality is a villager. Only simple-minded fools think otherwise. Every plane of existence is a villager. We are villagers. Villagers are Minecraft mobs that spawn in villages, have a big nose, and are 1.95 block tall. That is what the uneducated would tell you. While indeed villagers can be those, in reality they are much more. If a villager has one different pixel on his head, like a gray spot, it is still a villager. The essence of a villager is still there, just in a different form, therefore making it a villager. So every mob who acts like them is one of them, but other mobs don't act like them. How about pigs, cows, chickens, or zombies? But their differences do not divide the villagers and the non-villagers. We are different. We proclaim ourselves human, despite our wide differences. After all, humanity is a group, not a definition of itself. Really, no one defined what is a villager, even among themselves. Villagers trade different items. That fact is known. Some sell them cheaply, some are literal scammers. So how one villager acts is not the same action that the whole species does, simply due to the fact that there are no definition of how differently a villager acts to be not one of their own kind. But we aren't villager, why would we be, you ask? But really, we are all villagers. This is a villager, you would agree. Across different planes of being, it is still one of itself. The definition of villager is one who lives in a village. We are all manifestation of villagers in a separate dimension. The definition of village is a group of houses and associated buildings, larger than a hamlet and smaller than a town, situated in a rural area. A hamlet's definition is a small settlement, generally one smaller than a village. Okay, so that's vague. A town's definition gives us a little more to work with. A town is an urban area that has a name, defined boundary, and local government, and that is generally longer than a villager and smaller than a city. So it seems like a village is an urban area that doesn't have a name, doesn't have boundary, and doesn't have a local government. Of course, if you ask almost any real-life villager what their village is called, they will say a specific name. Additionally, towns also exist that don't go within the boundary of definition, like prairie dog towns or ant colonies. That proves that the only part of this definition will count as a village. So cities are village because they are urban areas. Our galaxy is a village as it has a defined border, and atoms are smaller than cities, so they are villages. So we have established that a village is an urban area, or doesn't have a name, or doesn't have boundary, or doesn't have a local government, and yeah, you get the point. Anything that is one of those things is a village. Now at this point, this is covering quite a bit of object in the universe, but I am determined to prove that the Minecraft villager is reality itself. Okay, but villagers are not real, so how can real-life humans be villagers? Well, I'm here to prove it. Villagers are absolutely real. It is simply on another level of reality, viewable by us. In its universe, it is 100% tangible, able to interact with the world, being able to get heard, and clearly has some level of intelligence. In fact, you consider me to be real, but I'm a 2D projection of several images on a screen, projecting a vibration through the Earth's atmosphere, which you identify with certain concepts in your brain. And yet, this is real, just on a lower level of existence, like any other pieces of fiction, viewable from this higher plane of existence. You, as well, are coated with chemicals, mindlessly following the rules of physics no differently from the villagers of the Minecraft world. You are a villager, but you still need concrete evidence to say it. Reality is a villager. One villager without one pixel is still a self. So you tell me yourself, how much non-villagerness is required to not be a villager? A half, a quarter, a tenth? There is no answer, so let it be that nothingness, the whole villager, and everything in between is a villager. This is the definite proof that everything is a villager. Because part of a villager is still a villager, everything is. So a villager is usually made out of energy, as the pixels on the screen emit electromagnetic radiation visible to human eyes that we turn into an image of a villager. But as I stated earlier, villagers in our higher reality still count as themselves. They are made out of mass. Thoughts about villagers are still villagers, as if you imagine a perfect replica of villager, it is still itself. Concepts are villagers, even if you don't mean to, as the existence of a thought is an essential part of a villager concept. The code, whose existence brings the villager into existence, transfer into your thought as the concept brings the villager into existence, making it a part of it. So existence, concepts, and reality are villagers. This opens infinite possibility as everything in this universe is either energy, mass, or concepts, regardless of composition, as differences still make them villagers. The thoughts in your head, electrochemical reaction, therefore mass and energy, therefore villager. The sun, a mass of plasma which has mass, therefore villagers. We are all villagers. So do everything around us. Everything can be turned and visualized in concepts, so everything is a villager. Embrace the emerald.